What is eco-criticism? Eco-criticism is a field of study that explores how literature, art, and culture represent the natural world and how those representations help our relationship with the environment. It asks big questions like how do stories influence the way we think about nature? Do they inspire us to protect the planet? Or do they ignore environmental issues altogether? In short, eco-criticism is about connecting the dots between culture and ecology. The term was first coined in the 1970s by scholar William Ruckert, but it really gained momentum in the 1990s as environmental concerns became more urgent. Books like Rachel Carson's Silent Spring, which exposed the dangers of pesticides, didn't just change policies, they changed how people saw their impact on the earth. Eco-critics study works like these to understand how storytelling can raise awareness or sometimes distract us from the environmental challenges we face. One classic example of eco-criticism in action is Henry David Thoreau's Walden. Thoreau spent 2 years living in a cabin by Walden Pond, writing about his connection to nature and critiquing the fast paced industrializing world around him. For eco critics, Walden isn't just a memoir, it is a call to rethink our relationship with the natural world. But eco criticism doesn't stop at praising nature writing. It also critiques texts that overlook or exploit the environment. Take Mary Shelley's Frankenstein, for instance. On the surface, it's a horror story about a scientist playing God. But an eco critical reading might focus on the Arctic setting at the end of the novel, a desolate, icy wilderness that reflects humanity's destructive reach. Or consider modern dystopian novels like Margaret Atwood's Oryx and Crick, which imagines a future devastated by climate change and genetic engineering. These stories warn us about the consequences of ignoring our planet's limits. We are living in a time of unprecedented environmental crisis. Climate change, deforestation, pollution, species extinction. Stories have always been powerful tools for shaping how we see the world, and eco-criticism helps us analyze those stories to find solution. For example, movies like Avatar aren't just sci-fi adventures. They are metaphors for colonization and environmental destruction. By studying these narratives, we can learn to tell new stories that inspire action and hope.